Okay, guys, so this channel is what we call a ding-dong goofball channel, where I go toilets and say all this kind of crap. What's going on right now is a very serious situation between Israelis and Palestinians. Very, very serious and shocking and horrible. So it doesn't really lend itself to comedy very much at all. But what we can look at is a doofus and a ding-dong who we make fun of all the time on this channel, Ben Pepino, because he's very, very, very easy content. So there's a lot of good sources to learn about what's going on in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine. I would recommend the Citations Needed podcast from today and a lot of other good sources. But let's check this out, because this is a true dummy being dumb. Not him as a person, but the content he puts out. Okay, here we go.
They've been terrorist groups for a very long time. Now, the pretext for all of this is the eviction of some Palestinian families from Sheikh Jarrah, from homes in Sheikh Jarrah. Okay, they're allowed to live elsewhere. They're just not allowed to live in these particular homes because they don't have.
By the way, we gotta back up just for a little bit of tone policing. If you're gonna say okay, say okay. So this is what happened, okay? Okay? Or you could do that, okay? If you're being satirically annoying like I am. But check this out.
From homes in Sheikh Jarrah. Okay, they're.
What is that? From homes from Sheikh Jarrah.
For all of this is the eviction of some Palestinian families from Sheikh Jarrah, from homes in Sheikh Jarrah. Okay, they're allowed.
You trying to say okay? Okay, anyway.
Allowed to live elsewhere. They're just not allowed to live in these particular homes because they don't have legal deed to these homes. There's been a string of decisions going all the way back to 1970 by Israeli courts suggesting that people who have the
rapid fire talk. So this is a really big part of this whole story that's going on right now with Israel, is basically they're trying to seize homes of some Palestinians. And things like this are going on all across this part of the world. Israelis are trying to take a lot of land from Palestinians. I mean, you're going to get a lot of this from this guy. I mean, he's probably going to lead. He's one of the leaders of this kind of stuff, this right-wing view of Israel, which is probably his most famous tweet, this guy. If you look back, I think it's about a decade ago. He wrote a tweet that said, I think it's still up there, actually. This is the greatest tweet that this guy has ever put out. Still up there, still live on Twitter. Israelis like to build, Arabs like to bomb crap and live in open sewage. So you might be getting a little bit of a skewed view on things from Benny Pepino. There's a shocker. And this is really kind of the right-wing view of this whole situation, is that there's a group of people called Palestinians who are basically not human. Yikes. Okay, so let's hear this again. Let's hear how he sets this up one more time.
The pretext for all of this is the eviction of some Palestinian families from Sheikh Jarrah, from homes in Sheikh Jarrah. Okay, they're allowed to live elsewhere. They're just not allowed to live in these particular homes because they don't have legal deed to these homes. There's been a.
So he says this insane thing of they can live elsewhere. They can live elsewhere. They just don't have a legal deed to these homes. So I'm sure Ben Pepino would be fine. This guy, really cool guy, nice guy, thinks things through, this guy. I'm sure he'd be fine if the United States government was like, hey, Ben Pepino, we're going to take your house. We're just going to take your house. And he's like, no. And they're like, well, we have a legal document here. And he's like, well, it's legal. I wasn't aware that it's legal. I wasn't aware that this was a legal situation. Well, I better pack up my crap and bye-bye. And that's part of why I wanted to bring up that tweet. And it's very interesting, of course. Over 250,000 people have watched this. 300,000 people, over 300,000 people have watched this. And you can kind of put it together with that tweet. What's going on here is that it's just like this brain of this guy can't perceive the people who are their houses are being taken away from them as human beings. And there's no oh, it's a legal thing. No, it's none of that makes any sense, because the Israeli government has just basically complete power, and backed by even larger powers who will remain unnamed. This is not a legal situation. This is a moral situation. And then he says, after he does that weird thing that's, I guess, supposed to be an okay, then he says, well, they can just live somewhere else. They can just live somewhere else. I mean, besides, of course, he would pee his pants and poop his pants if there was some legal thing came down that was like, oh, Ben Pepino, we're going to take your house. Besides that, that's sort of the whole point. If you read about this, the whole idea here is that kind of a very powerful government, the Israeli government, right-wing government, is trying to push another group of people off land, basically. And he's like, well, they could live somewhere else. Where? Where, buddy? I mean, this is just, we make fun of this guy all the time, but then it gets into this kind of territory where you're like, wow, this is a demented guy.
Okay, so does this mean the Palestinians aren't allowed to live in Sheikh Jarrah or being expelled? No, Sheikh Jarrah is a majority Arab area. A huge number of Arabs live in East Jerusalem. A huge number of Arabs live in Sheikh Jarrah. There's like 4 houses. So why is
it's just 4 houses. It's just 4 houses. So the United States government is going to take Benny Pepino, what's that other guy's name? Michael Knowles, whatever, the other Daily Wire mutants. We're just going to take 4. It's just 4 people. We're just going to take your houses. You figure out somewhere else to live. I mean, it's just falls apart under any scrutiny, under any thought. Could you imagine they take Dave Rubin's house away? He's like, that's the only reason I'm doing this. And look, I was going to do no soundboard.
No.
Because I thought this might be too serious of a topic, but I'm kind of not really covering the serious part. You go to better news outlets for that. This is not a news outlet. This is a
toilet
outlet, okay? But the other kind of funny character, let's just say, in this, media commentary crap is Andrew Yang. And Andrew Yang, to me, is like, I just don't care about. I can't muster any enthusiasm or caring about Andrew Yang whatsoever at all. He's like network TV or Saturday Night Live now or something. Saturday Night Live, which, by the way, I used to like when Chris Farley was yelling at people and stuff on there. When he was doing El Nino.
I am El Nino.
What? You son of a bitch.
I don't know what's going on there now. But I have the same level of interest in Andrew Yang as I do Saturday Night Live, okay?
No.
But anyway, Andrew Yang writes, I'm standing with the people of Israel who are coming under bombardment attacks and condemn the Hamas terrorists. The people of NYC will always stand with our brothers and sisters in Israel who face down terrorism and persevere. This is basically the right-wing view of things. This is he's kind of on the Benny Pepino side of things with this. And I think sometimes in life you can tell, am I messing up?
Those are naughty thoughts.
Am I messing up right now?
No.
Am I headed in the wrong direction in life? And one way you can tell is by looking at the people around you. And unfortunately, Andrew Yang has to look at this. Republicans like Ted Cruz and Stephen Miller are cheering on Andrew Yang after he posted a pro-Israel tweet amid violent... all the headlines are like this. Violent clashes with Palestinians. This is something I got a lot of problems with.
This is problems I have a lot of somethings with.
But we won't go into it. It's clashes would suggest that it's there's somewhat equal power here, which there's definitely not. Okay, but we're not going to get too deep into that. But so Stephen Miller, who's was a Trump advisor and a very troubled guy who's doing goose stepping Nazi stuff. But Ted Cruz, You know that if Ted Cruz supports what you're doing, you're headed in the wrong direction. He's like, yeah, good job. Good, you're doing the right thing. That's good. What are you saying, Ted? I don't know. We did good. Like anything that he supports, you got to just go the other way. Bravo to Yang for opposing the rabidly pro-Hamas and anti-Israel attacks from fellow Dems Omar and Tlaib. And then Meghan McCain, too, is on his side. Basically, every lunatic is kind of on Andrew Yang's side. I don't know. Andrew Yang is one of those guys who just, he to me, just my initial vibe is that he's not malicious. He's just kind of like the Forrest Gump of like American politics or something. He's just there and nobody knows why. Meghan McCain, who like, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Meghan McCain's work. And then Stephen Miller, a goose stepping Nazi from the Trump administration. You could look into him. If he's supporting what you're saying, oh boy, you're in big trouble. So Andrew Yang, what the hell's going on with you? Probably not going to be New York City mayor. Hopefully not, because this is not looking good. Oh man, and it's even, now it's on the street. Andrew Yang is getting some heat about this.
Israel for that. You condemn Israel for their unjust acts against the innocent Palestinians. Sir, I'm talking to him.
We got the publicist over here. We got the guys over here.
We gotta go.
Don't say anything that's gonna fuck up your campaign. And that's why you don't have my vote, and I guarantee you don't have the vote of a lot of New Yorkers.
Sir, I have just one question.
Yeah, I don't know if this was some kind of just political calculation that Andrew Yang was making, but this is, I mean, if I were just doing cynical politics where it was just like, you know, I'm just going to say whatever is going to get me the most votes, I probably would have just stayed out of this, I guess, just from a purely cynical politician standpoint. But he's like, I'm going to say this thing. What are you doing, buddy? I mean, I guess the only explanation is that he believes this. I don't know. Not good by Andrew. So, I don't know, looking like it might not happen for Andrew Yang for New York City mayor.
No.
This is something I have a lot of problems with.
Bad Barbie.
He might be in the
Toilet.
on this one. So if there are any Yang gangers,
No.
is that what they're called?
No.
Yang gangers. Please explain it to me, because I don't get it. Seems like this guy's more trouble than $1,000 is worth. By the way, $1,000 a month, not enough to really cover things, I don't think. But anyway, let me know, why do you like Andy Yang in the comments? And of course, Ben Pepino, a total dingus, a ding-dong, an idiot who we talk about a lot.
You're kind of like a snotty-faced bitch.
Just totally misrepresenting things to his low-information audience. His low-caring audience, who just, they don't care. They don't care. Hey, how about we take some of Ben Pepino's audience's house? Oh, they would definitely soil their dipes over that. Oh, but there's another person who's a different shade of skin than me. Go ahead, take their house. That's not a human being. That's Ben Pepino's audience.
So let me explain something to you. No.
Bad Barbie. Bad Barbie. Bad Barbie. Those are naughty thoughts.
Bye-bye. Hey everybody, and thanks so much for watching this video. Like all the other YouTube and podcast perverts, I now have a Patreon. Every week on this Patreon, I'm uploading 2
exclusive
Patreon-exclusive shows. They're like real shows, more produced, more edited.
a behind-the-scenes show where I reveal all my secrets, and a show where we go deep on an important topic that you will want to know about. Also, you get the daily and complete live show audio-only feeds. And at the top level, for only 25 bones, you can become a producer. These people that you're seeing right here make this program possible. Without them, nothing. It goes right in the toilet, right in the trash, and we set it on fire. It's these people who make it work. So please, for Christ's sake, become a patron. Bye-bye, love you.